Release management is a service in Visual Studio Team Services and an essential element of continuous delivery that helps teams continuously deliver software to customers at a faster pace and with lower risk. Using release management, you can fully automate the testing and delivery of your software in multiple environments all the way up to production. This section will have a look into deployment pipelines and how we can automate the process of getting software from version control into the hands of end users using release management service in Visual Studio Team Services. We'll see how to create release definitions and define the end-to-end release process for our ASP.NET Core sample application to be deployed on an AKS cluster running on Azure. The process of deploying applications can be very complex with a lot of dependencies, configuration changes, and other processes involved like running tests, approvals, etc. Automating the deployments in each stages and environments help teams shorten release cycles without compromising on the quality of these applications. In this video, we'll have a look into release management in Visual Studio Team Services to automate deployment of applications on multiple environments. Release management is a service in Visual Studio Team Services and an essential element of continuous delivery that helps your team continuously deliver software to your customers at a faster pace with lower risk. You can fully automate the testing and delivery of your software in multiple environments all the way up to production, or set up semi-approval automation processes and on-demand deployments. Release management runs the following steps as part of every deployment. When a new deployment request is triggered, release management checks whether the pre-deployment approval is required before deploying and release to an environment. If it is required, it sends out email notifications to the appropriate approvers. If automatic approval is set up or an approver has approved the release, then the deployment job is queued on a release agent machine. You can make use of a hosted agent machines provided by Visual Studio Team Services or create your own on-premise agents by installing the agent software on a virtual machine. The agent now downloads the build artifacts specified in the release definition that is needed during deployment of the application. The build artifacts are created as part of a continuous integration or release build process. The agent then runs all the tasks in the deployment job to deploy the application to the target servers for an environment. During each step in the deployment process, the agent creates detailed logs for each step while running the deployment and pushes these logs back to Visual Studio Team Services. These logs are shown real-time on the release screen. When deployment of an environment is completed, release management checks if there is a post-deployment approval required for that environment. If no approval is required, or upon completion of a required approval, release management proceeds to trigger deployment of the next environment.